guys, I have found Greg Nicotero, the amazing Greg Nicotero. So, how are you enjoying Spooky so far?
Good. I mean, I think it's my fourth time here. I was here 2 years ago, but it's a great show. I love the people. I love coming down here. So I had a blast. It was good.
What do you think about all the cosplayers coming in as zombies and
I
like,
know. Well, look, they have the advantage of there's a lot of makeup artists that live around Orlando because they work at either Universal or Disney. So the quality is great. You know, a lot of the zombie makeups that I've seen, but plus, people are so clever with their costumes that it's always exciting to see what people are going to come up with.
now, has there ever been a makeup job that you've done that made you queasy? Like, oh man, this is bad, but so bad it's good.
There was an effect I did in a movie, very obscure horror movie called Dr. Giggles. It was based on a comic book, Dark Horse Comics, and in it, this little kid hides in his mother's dead body, and when the police come, they see the dead body, and then the scalpel comes up and cuts through, and the little kid crawls out.
I can see it in my head, and
It
that's
was
like,
pretty horrific. And we had this little kid that we put fake blood on him, and we had a body on a pedestal, and the kid hid inside the pedestal, and then an action crawled out. I was like, I'm going to hell for sure. This poor little kid. I mean, he was like shivering. It was cold, and he had fake blood on him, and and the parents were sitting over there. I just felt so bad for this kid.
now when you're doing makeup for, say, a zombie, right? You know all about that.
Yeah.
Once they're in makeup, is there like okay, you're gonna kind of move a certain way, or do
Yeah.
the actors figure that out on their own?
Well, for zombie stuff, we on Walking Dead, we had zombie school. So we would go through and we would put everybody through their paces, and we would have like little zombie exercises, and then we would rate them. And then the people that rated the best were the ones that we would call back and use them. And then when you're on set with them, you start realizing that this person can take direction better than that person, or this person only has one zombie walk and that's it. So you through process of elimination, you find the people that are going to be your superstars.
And what's the key to a good zombie walk?
Well, there's a lot of key. There's a lot to it. You can't drag one leg. You can't raise your arms like Frankenstein. You got to always drop one shoulder. There's a lot to it. It's not as easy as everybody thinks. Everyone's like, hey, I want to be a zombie. And then they come out, you put all the makeup on them, and then they're a terrible zombie. And you're like, I just wasted 2 hours putting makeup on you. I didn't know you were a shitty actor. So, you got to be able to act a little bit too. It's not just the makeup.
Yeah, the makeup can't do it all. Now, what even got you into makeup and doing this? How long? I mean,
Well, look, I grew up loving Universal Monsters and Wolfman and Creature from the Black Lagoon, and I grew up in Pittsburgh. And ironically and fortunately for me, Tom Savini and George Romero lived about 40 minutes from me. And I ended up meeting George, and he would say, oh, you should come to the office and visit. And they offered me a job on Creepshow as a production assistant, but I turned it down because I was still in high school. And I was like, oh, I'm kind of in high school. And that's where I met Tom Savini. And then a couple years later, Day of the Dead comes up, and George says, hey, do you want a job? And I'm like, yeah, I want to work with Tom. And that was kind of it.
and that was that. Now,
That was
final question.
Yeah.
If you could tell someone that they have to see a certain movie before they die, what would that be?
Holy crap. Well, I would say you'd have to see Jaws, but you have to see it in a packed theater, and preferably a theater near the ocean. So that way, when you walk out of the movie and the ocean is around, then you can be like, oh,
I love it. A classic.
yeah,
But a classic's always good. Thank you so
Yeah.
much for your time.
my pleasure.